Ever wondered how community live in harmony with nature? If not so, आज का वीडियो हम लोग ध्यान से देखते हैं. We'll find the answer of all the point related to that. Namaste, welcome back to lecture number 9. This is Professor Ajeet Jaiswal and today's lecture takes you into the fascinating world of community-based resource management and traditional knowledge. One important information in the last lecture we have discussed about ethnobotany and medicinal plant in detail. If you have missed, then please visit the link given over here. And if you watch that and have any doubt, any question, any suggestions, you are most welcome to ask freely through comment section. I personally revert you. So let's start the today's lecture. This lecture explores how indigenous knowledge system empower community to sustainably manage their environment and secure their livelihood. Get ready to learn about local participation and empowerment, customary law and traditional knowledge, ecosystem based management, adaptive management and resilience, community based conservation, livelihood diversification, the power of participation, and so much more. Plus, we will uncover the incredible ways traditional knowledge shapes livelihood, like natural resource management, food security and agriculture, livestock rearing and animal husbandry, fishing and aquaculture, craftsmanship and artisan skills, herbal medicine and healing, ecotourism, cultural tourism, protecting cultural product, and so on. So, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fascinating video in our series on indigenous knowledge system from the earth for the future. Now, you'll a very important information for all of you. A new video every day at 1 p.m. That will be telecast on this particular channel. Turn on your notification. Let's start discussing about community-based resource management, which we call it as a CBRM, community-based resource management. It refers to the sustainable management and governance of natural resources by local community in collaboration with the external stakeholders, including government, NGOs, and other relevant actors. CBRM approaches empower communities to collectively manage and steward their natural environment, fostering local ownership, participation, and decision making over resources that directly affect their livelihoods and well being. So now let's try to see the overview of community-based resource management CBRM. Like first point, local participation and empowerment. CBRM emphasizes the active involvement of local community in decision-making processes related to the management and use of natural resources by empowering communities to participate in planning, implementation, and monitoring activities. CBRM initiatives promote democratic governance, social equity, and community resilience. Next important point is community or customary law and traditional knowledge. CBRM builds on indigenous and traditional knowledge system, customary law, and local institutions that have guided resource management practices for generation. So indigenous communities possesses valuable ecological knowledge, sustainable harvesting technique, and conservation practices that are integrated into CBRM approaches, ensuring the conservation and sustainable use of natural resources. Next important point is ecosystem-based approaches. CBRM adopt ecosystem-based approaches to resource management, recognizing the interconnectedness of ecological processes, habitats, and species within the ecosystem. So by considering ecological dynamics, biodiversity conservation, and ecosystem activities, CBRM initiatives promote holistic and integrated management strategies that address multiple environmental and socioeconomic objectives. Next important point is adaptive management and resilience. CBRM fosters adaptive management approaches that enables community to respond effectively to environmental changes, uncertainties, and risk. So by combining traditional knowledge with scientific insight, communities develop adaptive strategies, resilience building measures, and early warning system to cope with the climate variability and natural disaster and other external stresses. Another important point is community-based conservation. CBRM contribute to biodiversity conservation, habitat restoration, and protected area management through community-led conservation initiative. So, by establishing community-managed reserves, conservation areas, and wildlife corridors, CBRM initiative enhance habitat connectivity, species diversity, and ecosystem integrity while promoting sustainable livelihood for local communities. Similarly, if we try to understand from the point of view of livelihood diversification and economic development, CBRM promotes livelihood diversification, income generation, and economic development opportunities for local communities through sustainable resource use, value-added activities, and ecotourism venture. So, by fostering alternative livelihood, capacity building program, and market linkage, CBRM initiatives enhance socioeconomic resilience and reduce dependence on natural resource extraction. Similarly, when we see the partnership and collaborative governance, CBRM involve partnership and collaborative governance arrangement between the local communities, government agencies, NGOs, research institutions, and other stakeholders by fostering multiple or multi-stakeholder diagnosis, knowledge exchange, and shared decision-making processes. CBRM initiative build trust, foster social cohesion, and leverages collective action for sustainable resource management. Ultimately, the last point is policy support and legal recognition. CBRM initiative requires supportive policy framework, legal recognition, and institutional mechanisms that recognize and strengthen the right of local community to govern their national natural resources. By advocating for policy reform, tenure rights, and legal protection, CBRM initiates create enable environment for community-based conservation, sustainable resource management, and indigenous rights. Overall, we may say that the community-based resource management empowers local community to become stewards of their natural environment, promoting sustainable development, environmental conservation, and social justice at the grassroots level. By integrating indigenous knowledge, participatory approach, and collective governance, CBRM initiative offer promising solution to complex environmental challenges and contribute to build resilient and inclusive variety. Similarly, if we see the another area which we call it traditional knowledge and livelihood, traditional knowledge play a very crucial role in shaping livelihood strategies and practices for many indigenous and local communities around the world. Traditional knowledge encompasses the accumulated wisdom, skill, and practice developed over generation by communities in specific cultural, ecological, socio-economic context. Now let's try to see the how traditional knowledge influences the livelihood. First one, natural resource management. Traditional knowledge inform sustainable practices for managing natural resources such as land, water, forest, and fisheries. Indigenous community rely on traditional knowledge to sustainably harvest wild food, medicinal plant, timber, and non-timber forest products while ensuring the long-term health and productivity of ecosystem. Similarly, when we see the agriculture and food security, traditional agricultural practices incorporate indigenous knowledge of local soil, climate, crops, and agricultural biodiversity. Traditional farming methods such as agroforestry, mixed cropping, and terrace cultivations are adopted to local environmental conditions and contribute to food security, resilience to climate change, and cultural preservation. Similarly, when we see the livestock rearing and animal husbandry, indigenous livestock management practices are based on traditional knowledge of animal husbandry, breeding, nutrition, and healthcare. Pastoralist community, for example, use traditional knowledge to navigate seasonal migration, assess grazing resources, and manage herd dynamics in arid and semi-arid landscape. Similarly, if you see the fishing and aquaculture, coastal and riverine community rely on traditional knowledge of fish habit, migration pattern, and fishing technique to sustainable harvest fish and other aquatic resources. Indigenous fishing practices such as net weaving, fish trap, and community-based fisheries management contribute to food security and livelihood. If you see the craftsmanship and artisan skill, traditional knowledge is preserved, and transmitted through artisanal craft such as weaving, pottery, carving, basketry, and metalwork. Artisans draw on traditional knowledge to select materials, select technique, and design that reflect cultural tradition, local aesthetics, and functional needs, generating income and preserving cultural heritage. Similarly, if we see the another point related to herbal medicine and traditional healing, traditional healer possesses specialized knowledge of medicinal plants, healing rituals, and spiritual practices that form the basis of traditional medicine system. Indigenous healing practices addresses physical, mental, and spiritual health needs within the community, offering alternative healthcare options and supporting livelihood for healers. At last, the next important point is ecotourism and cultural tourism. Indigenous communities leverage traditional knowledge of local ecosystem, wildlife, and cultural heritage to develop ecotourism and cultural tourism enterprises. Community-led tourism initiative offering opportunity to cultural opportunities for cultural exchange, income generation, and sustainable development while promoting cultural prides and identity. Last point, cultural product and intellectual property. Traditional knowledge contribute to the product of cultural product such as handicraft, textile, traditional clothing, and artisanal food. Indigenous intellectual property right framework protect traditional knowledge, cultural expression, and biodiversity from exploitation and appropriation, ensuring equitable benefit sharing and community empowerment. Overall, we say that traditional knowledge is integral to indigenous and local livelihood, offering sustainable, context-specific approach to resource management, economic development, and cultural resilience. Recognizing, respecting, and supporting traditional knowledge system is essential for promoting inclusive, equitable, and sustainable livelihood that safeguard biodiversity, cultural diversity, and human well-being. So that's all for today. If you have any doubt, any questions related to any area of anthropology, then you can ask through the comment section. When another important point, a new video will come daily at 1 p.m. Please keep your notification on. Thank you. Namaste.